Hello, Norway Speedrunner Gathering. This is Super Meat Boy, an indie game from 2010, created in the Flash era. This, as you could probably tell, is based off its Flash predecessor, Meat Boy, released 2 years prior in 2008. And yeah, this is basically Team Meat's fully completed version of the game, and it's really good for 2010 standards, especially. Even now, it really holds up to this day. There's a lot of content, there's a lot you can do, and it's really hard. It's one of the first of its kind. And today we're going to be running 106%, so we're going to see all of it, basically. And without further ado, the yapping ends in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... and go. Yeah, good. I made sure to delete the file, and also checked. I believe I just kind of forgot that I checked. All right, so right off the bat, the game kind of gives you introduction, tutorial signs of what to do in the first 3 levels, and after that, the game kind of just lets you walk and lets you on your own at that point, because kind of hell, man. I have to replay that level. So the thing about grade A is you don't actually need that for 106%, but you definitely need grade. Oh my god, whatever. You need grade A for to unlock the dark levels, but it's not actually a 106 requirement, so you don't need to do it in the dark levels. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, that was the thing that happened. So yeah, these are special levels known as warp zones. There's 4 of these per chapter. If you combine both light and dark version, then that is except for 6 and 7. Chapters the end and Cotton did not have any warp zones, and I almost just died there. What was that? That was a sick save. So in most cases like this one, it is slightly faster to do the warp zone first because of map movement. You have to do you do 1 less of those if you do the warp zone first. But there are some exceptions, mostly in Salt. But we'll get to that later, much later. There's also this glitch known as timer glitch, which in this level and the level 7, there are sometimes uses for it, especially lower levels. But if you're able, but it is possible to do grade A. It's just tight. But there are some where it's absolutely not possible. And the first one's actually at the end of this chapter, ironically-ish. Here's another little skip you can pull in 112. You can barely... I'm not gonna get it there. Hopefully I'll get it next time. But yes, it is possible to go in between the saw blade. I have actually done the previous run earlier today. So let's just hope it goes well next time so I can at least show it off once. Showing that it is possible in this instance. Instead of just saying it. Oh yeah, this is Commander video, by the way. So these are special warp zones known as character warp zones. What makes them unique is that not only can you not game over, you're not limited to just 3 laps per level, forcing you to die a single-digit number of times. Damn it. Up to twice total. There we go. Up to twice per level, 6 times total. So you'll never game over now, which is going to be really helpful for when we get to Rapture's character level. The hardest one by far, the kid. We'll get to that much later. Oh yeah, timer glitch, yes. So it's not this level, but the next level where the timer glitch. Oh, I failed. The timer has to be at 0.00. I did it at 0.02, so I did pull it off there. But yeah, this bandage is the reason. Like, normally this level is only 2 seconds, but with the bandage it's so much longer. And I believe grade A is 5 seconds. It's just not viable. At least not for me. Maybe there are top runners who could make it work, especially you don't have the so yeah, I don't know. But it probably is technically doable if you play perfectly. But I don't know. That might be a stretch to say. But for most people, it's just not worth it. Even if it were possible. Alright, so this is the final warp zone of Light Forest. There's going to be another one in Dark Forest, which is the next chapter because of the routing. Sometimes you do the Dark version immediately after the Light version. This applies to chapters 1 and 7. But a lot of other times you also want to just move on to a different chapter, or in the case of Sultan Hospital, combine both the darks and then combine both the lights and then combine both the darks. And I believe the reason for this was Niger, but I'm not using Niger because I can't control her. Like, I've tried running 90%, I just couldn't do it. But even then, I just decided not to mess with the route at all. I think I still found some time save for whatever reason. Maybe it was for unlocking the other characters early, but like, I don't know. Because I unlocked Joseph at the end of Light Hospital, which is completely unchanged even if I did like Dark Hospital immediately after, so I don't know. Maybe it's map movement, but I feel like there's something else that makes it faster. Even for Nigelus, but I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. So yeah, that was a little slow, but I kind of forgot to explain it because it's so free. But yeah, it's an auto-scroller just like Dark Hell. And if you dodge the obstacles, you'll get the exact same time every single time. Yeah. Oh shoot. Okay. Oh yeah, another thing that needs to be on the lookout for is Glitch Girl. So after beating a boss, she has a random chance to spawn, and that chance is determined by 1/20th of your chapter percent completion. Unless it's at 100%, which it doubles basically to 1 in 11. Which is pretty significant, which is why you'll see most of these chapters being farmed at after 100% completion. The exception is Dark Salt, and that's because if you get her in a level that has a warp zone, then you can skip the move into the warp zone, and that's one of the longest in the game. Right behind like Dark Rapture, but you can't see Glitch Girl, and not to mention the farming would be extremely slow there. Unlike 388X, which has a super fast way to die. So yeah. You'll see what I mean when we get there. Oh, I should go for the shortcut at least once, but, you know, all the way here. So yeah, like the light version, this also has a shortcut combo. Okay, I got a second try, just like the previous one, that's good. And here's where you could go for God RNG, but I didn't get it. So I'm just gonna go to the warp zone like I usually do. God damn. You don't skip the warp zone, but you skip the movement to the warp zone. Because you can already go in that place. And it's actually tangible. Actually interactable. You don't just spawn in the same spot, but you can actually go in the warp zone. Which is extremely helpful for TASs, and also somewhat helpful for RTAs as well, especially like Salt. But it's really rare to get it that way in basically everywhere else. And fun fact, as far as the Rapture one is concerned, I've only ever gotten that in a full game run once in my entire career. And I've been playing for like a good year at this point. Oh my god, bro. Okay, there we go. That level should not have screwed me over as much as it did. Yeah, but... oh yeah, I also want to explain what these Dark Worlds even are. So, basically, in general, after doing the Light Worlds, there's a Dark World version of every single level of the game. Pretty much, it's just a harder version of the Light. It's the Light counterpart. Sometimes it's the Light counterpart, but in reverse, but they also add extra obstacles. This is true with levels like 720X. They add like the saw blades, but the big saw blades that push you down, that chase you down. But other than that, it's the exact same level in reverse. And it's actually what killed like 3 potential deathless paces back when I was grinding for that like deathless, sub 545 or whatever. At the time I got sub 6, at the time I got 620, I think it was just sub 6, because I had a lot less strats that I was going for at that time. And then it ultimately became a sub 545, which has actually been done. 544. Record is what, 505, I believe. Not too surprising given the 30-minute gap in 106, which I still find shocking to this day. That 106 has been completed 30 minutes faster than my regular time. For the time being. Wait, oh yeah, I didn't get glitch gold, did I? Didn't, yeah. Oh yeah, I was supposed to do that. So yeah, this is where you farm for glitch gold if you don't get it really. Thank God I got her first try. That was the next best thing. So the best possible pattern is to get her on the way. But this is the second best, getting her first try when you do the farm. Thank God for that. Because I'm not resetting. There we go. Alright, next up is Hospital. And this introduces a bunch of things, like needles, certain oob enemies that like chase after you, whether they float and follow you, or they just like stick around on the ground and just move across like all the walls and stuff. Oh yeah, well no, these subblets existed in like Forest, for example 116, but these windmills certainly did not. And the thing about those is they basically push you up, but if you touch them, you die. Just like every other obstacle in this game, you touch it, you're dead. It's one of the reasons it's so hard is because you only have 1 HP, unlike a lot of other games. If you take a single hit, you're dead, and you have to replay the level from the beginning. And there's no checkpoints too. Per level, there's no checkpoints, but per chapter, you can replay each level. You start from the beginning of the level that you died at. So all deaths are not created equal. That much is certain, because dying at the end of a level is much more costly than dying at the beginning. Well, unless you're doing 106 deathless attempts, in which all deaths, yes, are created equal. At least in theory. But in practice, like for example, Shepherd was on a 106 deathless pace, heading into like a hell glitch level, which for his route is 92%. It's a little different. He does like Dark Salt at the end because of a thing known as Steve. You unlock Steve by getting every bandage, and if you do that, if you do Agua Warp Zone, because you have to wait a while, but using Steve's special ability to unlock that weapon early gives you a bit of time save. But the downsides of that is that you cannot do the farming route that I'm going to go for here. That's the major difference between these two routes. It's debatable which is faster. I think mine is riskier, but... So yeah, it's kind of personal preference in a way. That was a gold? Oh wow, that was pretty good. I did not expect to gold that. But yeah, a lot of these levels are 80%, so there's not really much to talk about, since these first 17 levels are more or less carbon copies of 80%, except for ones with bandages like the next level 13, 213. And yeah, that movement is not 80%, but that's the warp zone. The level itself is a carbon copy. Which we'll do right after this. Okay, I messed this up in my previous run. Not my previous run today. That's good. Well, I messed this up. Ooh, I got this too. Perfect. Perfect warp zone. Let's go. Yeah. That was sweet. That was nice. So yeah, I like how for the entirety of my previous run, I was saying that this is PvEable because of the 2-minute time loss in Dark End, and even in this instance, while it's not quite as good by like half a minute to 40 seconds, it still is doable if I continue to play like this for the rest of the run and capitalize on the full time save, which isn't even my goal right now, by the way. Ideally, I just want to get like a sub 150, something I haven't done in such a long time. Ever since, like, the 140, of course. Ever since the 140 grind, I don't think I've gotten sub 150 a single time since. I've gotten many sub 2s, but I haven't really broken the 150 barrier at all. That alone will be satisfactory for the time being. So yeah, this is a really interesting warp zone level. You have these little enemies. This is what I was talking about earlier. These are the kind of enemies that were introduced in Hospital. Yeah. For a second, I thought it was in Dark Hospital. I don't know why. I was thinking of the Dark Warp Zone, or more realistically, the Glitch level. I don't know why. I just got shut off there. But anywho, oh, I almost just died. Let me see if we can get the fast cycle. It's a pretty... Yeah, it's not worth it. I'll go for a 1 more time, because I can. Yo. Never mind. It's a little too slow. It's a tough trick. And it's generally not worth it for. At least for me. I just lost like 13 seconds there. Oh god! Please! There was no way I did that, man. Okay, whatever. And I don't time to glitch shit because you can easily, like, if you don't mess up in that way, even with that mistake, I probably still would have grade 8. But yeah, without. Okay, well, I'm not gonna. You can get like a. If you jump from the air, which is technically barely possible, I still could have made that, but I didn't want to risk it. You can skip a cycle there at this beginning, but I didn't pull it off. There is another cool trick though, known as chat skip in the boss fight that's coming up. I forgot to retire my glitch. That was goofy. And yeah, because I can barely get grade A without bandage, it's definitely required here. There's no denying that. Even with like the skip here or whatever, after the bandage, which I don't go for, you're not getting grade A without time glitch. It's just not happening. I messed this up. Funny enough. Thank God that didn't happen here. Didn't have an 11-second meltdown. That would do it. Yeah, that was wild. That was the previous run, by the way, I'm talking about, obviously. So with Joseph, yeah, now that we have lost Joseph, he's going to be used quite a bit often. He's probably going to be the second most used character, behind Meatboy, of course. Like, even now, it's going to be very, very common. Him and Meatboy take up most of the entire run. Kitty's used in a handful of levels. Oh shit. What am I doing? Yeah, they're going to be used. Kitty's using a handful of levels, but for the most part, the 106 run is dominated by Meatboy and Joseph. Or Meatboy and Ninja if you're using that route. You do see a fair bit of Kid, but it's just not as frequent. The third most common character, I'd say. But even there, it just dramatically decreases in usage count, level usage count. There are some characters where you only use them for their warp zone, and some that never get used at all, like Headcrab, for example. There's literally zero usage for that. And it's not a warp zone, so you can't use that for a warp zone. But yeah, this warp zone, for example, the Jill warp zone that we reached earlier, she's never been used again. So, there are a couple other characters like that. Yeah, this one's supposed to be. Wait, did I switch to... No. Yeah, here you're supposed to switch to Alien Hominid. Technically, that's another character that would see zero usage, but she is used this one time to switch to Meatboy. Oh, I was supposed to time glitch that. But yeah, that's the only reason you'll even see her for a second. Other than that, there's zero use for her actual uses. And yeah, that's the great thing about 106, because it's the one category you get to use characters not named Meatboy. You actually get to see a good chunk of the cast at least once. No matter what am I doing? No matter what route I use, and I forgot there's no time glitch here, so There's no need to die, but whatever, it's fine. No big deal. Oh shoot. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh shoot. Alright, that was really smooth. That warp zone movement. Yeah. The thing about this warp zone is that it only really uses 2 colors before it gets to be with the black background. But other than blue, purple, and black, you don't really see any other colors in the warp zone. As far as like the object count is concerned. The bandages are pink, but all bandages are pink. That doesn't really count. Yeah. I had to think for a second about what to do because I frequently forget. And yeah, this is the exceptions I was talking about earlier in Forest, about how not all that there are a few warp zones that you want to do after the level, but for the most part, because of map movement, saving map movement, you generally want to do them first. But because you use Joseph for the level, and you're already Joseph, you would have to do an extra character select, which would definitely erase that time save and more. So that's the main reason why there are a few exceptions, including this one. And there's a glitch where there's a glitch in the background behind the scenes that I could have gone after, but for one, it's possible to do that while missing the advantage. I've done that a handful of times, and ever since, I've just unanimously decided, I've like confirmed that that strat's just not going to be good for runs. I could have done it here, but I chose not to. Better have it. But it is possible, if you see like any one of Shredder's runs, you'll see it basically all of them. Oh, well, all his 106 runs, I should say. Because, what am I doing? Because he's gonna run all at levels pretty soon. Which, of course, does not have warp zones. It's barely has any more content than 80%. Besides, like Cotton and a few extra levels per chapter, there's basically 80%. Aside from that. Yeah, so here's a neat little strat that's coming up in the next level. It's a little cycle skip in level 13. You can skip waiting on one of the soft legs, the one that's right in front of you. You can skip that at the very end. I think it is possible to skip this one here too, but it's also like basically tasked over. Got it. There we go. Red gold, that's nice. I'm even gonna make this. No! I don't know. Yeah, you're supposed to wait there. Yeah. That's why I'm wrong. That's why I failed it last time. What am I doing? This is what I would do for the dark world. Yeah. But you don't have to do it here. You could have just like gone for the left side. But the reason that doesn't work is because there's so many soft lights in the dark version, and I kind of just got confused about what this is. Like I do frequently with most levels, at least once. Oh shoot, what am I doing? I almost split. That would have been on something. I think I figured out something here. This is a little strat called pause buffering. Normally it's a glitch you hear and see a lot in like other games like SM63, but it's not. You're not really, unless it's only really good for like having. It's like a good safety strat. And I still failed it. Refocus a little bit because it still needs my concentration. There we go. See, I didn't fail it like over and over. I didn't fail it 10 times. I'm almost certain that would have happened without that strat. And there's another place in Rapture Warp Zone. The second, well, technically the first one, but oh, okay, that's pretty good. Okay, nice, dude. It's a pretty tough trick. I'm glad I got it there. And there's also Monoskip, which is also just as tough if you're Meat Boy, which is why I don't play him usually. I think it is slightly faster than what I did, but it's also way harder. Even more so than the 418 strat. 318 strat. What am I saying? 318 strat. 418 is also tough, but we're not there yet. Well, 418 has Agma. The Agma skip. Which we'll get to that when we get to it. Yeah, so, and yeah, speaking of Agma is a character that is used in a fair amount of levels. It's kind of like a pre-evolution or worse version of Kid. Because he does, both of them have double jumps. Agma is like significantly slower though than Kid. They're both slower than Meat Boy, but you know, Meat Boy doesn't have that double jump, so Kid has its fair share of uses. Nice, that's the boss done. Now we're not actually gonna do Hell, we're gonna do Dark Hospital now. What the heck? Okay. Press the V, I don't think that affects anything. Oh, I almost went the light. I thought that was a close call. I was in the light version for some reason. Yes, there we go. The strat is the exact same as the light version for these first couple levels, but the first one is definitely a little different. This one is almost the same, the second one is exactly the same. Yeah, the first one is in reverse. It's kind of one of those reverse levels that I was talking about earlier. Oh, this is similar, but not the exact same. They're in different locations. But with Joseph, the level is still fairly trivialized. I can't speak today, Jesus Christ. Although, in Dark Ending and other, like, in all Dark levels, it's definitely a fair bit harder when you have to use Meat Boy for the entire game. Including that. And yes, it is in Dark Ending, so... Although, nah. I think saying it's not worth it in Dark Ending is pretty silly, given how there's basically no faster levels. I mean, we literally do 14 and 15. Well, we skip 14 and 15 because they're too slow, even for the light version. That's for Dark Ending though. In 106 you can't skip anything, so that's not a part of the routing decision tree at all. Okay. What? Okay, that's fine. Take it. Uh-oh. Alright, we're good. Yo, I did the same thing again. There's no way, man. Alright. There. I thought I was dying, thank God. I had to focus there. Alright. I don't know why that was a good idea, but we're good. We're out of here. Alright. First one is almost done. Oh, that was a very close call. That too, I don't know why I took that risk, but here we are. Alright. Alright, that one's done. The roleplay is giving me more trouble than I'd like to admit. Over the time that, okay, did I play? Okay, I think saying I played this category for a year is a bit of a reach because my 2-month grind was for sub 2 in 2023, and I played for like 3 weeks to get 140. So, and the rest of the time I spent on 106 was basically nothing to like 438, which is like, I don't know, not even a week. So I spent maybe 3 months total on 106, but overall, across the entire game, across all the categories, it's a year of playtime, give or take. Oh shoot! Oh, this level is so tough. I'm shocked I didn't die, like at all. I should have definitely died there. I mean, I'll take that death. It's much less impactful. Also, 5-9x is completely free. Yeah, Joseph. Normally it would be slower, but You need the bandage. You need to get one of the jumping characters. Ogma is also an option. Stop missing the bandage, bro. How is this even possible, bro? There we go. I didn't press the jump button. I almost did that out of habit. That would have killed me. That would have been really bad. We're good though. This level somehow killed me a lot too. Please, thank God it didn't happen here. But it's literally not hard. Unlike the next level. Let's see how that goes. This level is tough. All these freaking saws chasing it. Yeah, I think I'm hooked. I don't know how I survived. I don't know how I survived any of that. I should have been dead then and there. Yes! Let's go. Let's go. It's good. Oh wait, just up now. Now, okay, yeah, I don't think I really touched on what to do here. Let's say, because like, the thing about the 3-8x glitch goal farming is it could take a long time to the point where it's not even worth it anymore. And if I do get to that point, I think I'll do like what I usually do, which is to either continue farming for a good while or just continue with normal. And if I still don't get glitch goals to spawn, of course I would do the one-shot movement, but for all that, if I don't get her to spawn, I could, after 100%, farm her in a specific place. I don't exactly know where. I did have some ideas though. Like, there was this warp zone. What am I doing? Yeah, there was a whole idea I drafted about 106 routing. That was close. Which is to, instead of just dying a bunch, the idea was to swap characters and do all of it. My first idea was to do, like, involve Steve with all of them, but because menuing would make it really, going back and forth between chapters like that would be really slow. But you can also do this without Steve. You can do it with other characters. And that's what I was thinking I could do, like, here, if it doesn't work. Just to show off the route. Like, if the 3-8x takes too long, I do ideally want to show it off once. The potential of this new route. In my shock when I found that it wasn't actually any speedrun records. I didn't do glitch level here, did I? Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I think this is a really good time to show off the route, by the way. Oh, never mind. I didn't have time to show it off. I got first try glitch goal yet again, bro. What? And I didn't die. Okay, I thought I was gonna die. Like, come on. Thank God I didn't happen though. That was really sick though. In any case, that was nutty. And I should be saving a big chunk of time. Oh shoot! Oh, that was dead. We shot him out. Just like focus. I almost died as I said that. Okay. That was close, but we're good. Alright, it's all time now. Yeah, I got the second best possible RNG pattern twice in a row now. I wonder if that's going to happen again. I guess in Salt, in this case, it would be probably getting her on like after one death. Because I probably will farm her there for some time. But I don't know if that's going to actually be the case. Imagine that does end up being the case every single time. That would just be insane. That would probably be the greatest luck I've ever seen. Getting something like this. I don't think I've ever had a near perfect luck at every single level, 6 out of 6. Two out of 2 though. I mean, I've had really good luck in a lot of places, but never essentially perfect. That'll probably be better than a PB in my eyes, especially for how long it's been since. All right. Wait, yeah. Alright, so we're getting there. After this level and the next, we will be farming. I think I did get actually the best possible RNG last time. Oh yeah, maybe like the true second best would be getting her now, because I kind of learned how to do Joseph, how to do this need be, which so here's where I'm gonna need to farm. Probably gonna farm until I end up becoming 8 minutes behind someone Beth, because I'm not just here forever. Good. That was also fairly good. Wasn't nearly as good as the other two, but it still worked out in my favor. Unless I die. I'll be really upset if that somehow happens. Good thing it didn't. Good thing I didn't. Now it's not skill issue like I did last time. That's all I'm asking. It'll still be better than my previous run if I don't die a bunch here. And this looks like one of zones. Let me focus now. Let me think about what I did wrong. Let's save. Okay, good. That's it. Yes. Okay. Should be fine. Yep. Not gonna say anything though. Yeah. Wait. Play safe. Alright. See, this is why you do the quick one there. So you can get into the warp zone without having to do the 14 seconds worth of warp zone movement. Which is, I believe, yeah, it is the second longest behind. Yeah, the other ones are really quick, like less than 5 seconds. Hell is really quick, because of commander video and its power. Hell is quick. Force is very quick. It's 113. I mean, everything with Force is quick. So it's not surprising that's no exception. The hospital is also quick to 5x. Joseph is also really fast. That's even the level is quick, like faster than basically all these warp zones in this warp zone entry, which is like I think twice as long or something. You have to go for a fair bit longer as far as distance is concerned. Oh my god, I played pretty. Let's go! I didn't die a single time. Stark contrast to my previous run earlier today. That felt great. That felt genuinely great, man. Yep, and I also didn't mess this up to boot. I think I'm actually ahead of my previous run right now because of that. Like, actually, I'm not even joking. I think I am ahead of my previous run. But yeah, in any case, so yeah, there is something about the next level. It's a really tight skip. Technically possible as Meeple, but way easier as Osmo because the hitbox is smaller and there's a consistent like strat. That's 100%. You basically never fail unless you mess up the hitbox somehow. Dang it. Alright, good. That one's not 100% consistent, but it's close. If you react properly, that is, to whatever the missiles throw you away. I'd say 90-ish, 80 to 90, if you don't skill issue. Which I didn't in that level, but in this level I did. So we'll see if I can avoid that from here on out. Alright. What? Nah, that is totally got RNG there. How does that happen? Yeah, I've had random stuff like this happen before. But what? Thank God I didn't do it again, but man, what the hell was that? That was a crazy, stupid death. I mean, all of them were stupid, but that last one especially. I mean, I'll take it. It's not that big of a deal overall. The grand scheme, what am I doing? The grand scheme of things. This even less so. Okay, man. Okay, man. Thank you. There we go. Okay. Thank God I finally got out of that level. That was kind of bugging me. That's the previous one. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically the movement I was talking about earlier when I was in 315, the light version. Now that's the dark version movement, and now you saw the dark version movement just now. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh no, am I cooked? Uh-oh. Alright, we're good. I thought for sure I was dead. Yeah, but I saved it. Barely. The skin on my teeth. I also died a bunch here, because I got really stupid missile energy instantly. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Thank God it didn't. I was gonna say. Okay, I'm fine with that. I don't care about that. As stupid as that was. That essentially never happens. I literally pressed spacebar and it didn't jump. It's that kind of shit that killed me in Dark End, when Glitch will spawn at a really good time otherwise. And without that, it would have been 139 easily, especially without the boss death, which was equally as dumb. Especially because I still could have barely gotten it like 139.57 had it not been for that boss death, even with that BS one, 6-3x. Uh-oh. Alright, good. Okay, that's fine, I don't care. The heck? So, no, wait, so did I just unlock the character? I didn't even hear or see it for a frame. I thought I would at least see that, but I guess not. Okay, cool, I guess. There's like 60, right? Yeah, because I got 100% in 3 chapters, each having 20 bandages, so that's 60 bandages I have now. Should be good enough, yeah. Oh my god, I forgot a bandage. Oh my god. I actually forgot a bandage? Where? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Light? Huh? Where did I miss a bandage? Not here. Not here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 5, 6, 7. Where the hell did I miss a bandage, bro? Okay. I think. I'm thinking it was dark, right? Where the hell did I miss a bandage, bro? I got this one right. What the heck, man? Where did I miss a bandage? Oh no. 3, 1, and 2. Aha, it was 3, 2. What? Since when do I miss this bandage? Huh? I didn't miss it in my previous run. I actually somehow missed it here. Okay, that's very goofy. That would be a very funny thing to include in the marathon. But at this point, considering... Oh, I don't want to reset those fucking close. E. That's what I meant to press. And I'm also going to have to undo that split. That's wild. I didn't actually split for my health. That's insane. I lost like a good minute and a half from that search. Oh, why am I entering Dark Hell? I think, okay, we're finally back on track from maybe over. After all that absurdity. That was a wild goose chase for the bandage. Alright. But after all that, we're back on track. And this is the kind of thing I would normally not want to accept in a marathon, but at this rate, like, I really do not have much time to work with. I need to finish up on the ASAP. So yeah, now we're in hell. Kind of the irony here. This is when the game starts to get challenging, especially in the dark version. There's going to be a lot of difficult stuff. And it's going to ramp up even more after hell. the two warp zones that immediately follow are some of the worst, some of the hardest, some of the most difficult by a landslide. No other warp zone even comes close. The only other like level in the game that's harder at all is like 719X. Its ending is easily the worst part of any level in this game. I don't even think the kid compares. I think that says a lot. Fuck, what was that? Sawblade. What do I do? Okay. Let me actually do the faster shot this time properly. There we go. There we go. Took a while, but it happened at some point. I'm not gonna say anything about that. That's silly. Now the warp zone, it's a very hidden cryptic warp zone. Very sneaky. Developers, what they did to put it there. Their location and stuff. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot what to do. Am I still gonna die? Yeah, I was a little too slow there. Should be no big deal because I have 3 lives total to work with. Now we're done. Alright, let's do this proper. Good. Oh, I forgot again. That was goofy. You technically can beat this. If you get a first try, you can do this without timing glitch. But it's a little tough, and a little tight, and yeah, I'm already screwing up, so I'd rather not. Got the first cycle, well, I guess that's the first safe cycle with this strat after dying, so there's that. Twice, because I could have done it without dying, I believe. But again, timing glitch is one of those things that's very easy to forget. So whatever, I guess. Oh shoot! I gotta do timing glitch again. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's so easy to forget what you gotta do, especially when it's been months since you played. Did this run wrong? I don't know, but one of the other levels done much more smoothly than last time. That much is certain. Any percent strat, which I've recently implemented, that's also kind of fine for 106, surprisingly. Oh, I forgot to do that. Yeah, there was no shot I was surviving that. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. Okay, this is the faster, riskier cycle. I don't know why I went for that. That's not the shot I didn't really go for, but it worked. Apparently I did it before because I did not gold. Oh, the amount of people that died, yeah. Oh, okay, I think I'm screwed. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking of that. I'll try for one more time. The double is pretty cool to pull off. And have any upgrades as possible. At least not in this one. There we go. So I actually might consider doing that in 106 one because I just kind of got a second try. Without too much issue. Oh, kind of glitched. I think I forgot it like the past 3 times in a row or something. At least. And hell is filled with those. Oh, come on, bro. Really? Thank you. What was that, bro? Sometimes the game just... hitboxes just don't want to work for some reason. And the inputs clearly don't either, which is why I lost so much time in Dark End for the most part. I doubt without the 4-3x time loss, I'll sort of gone nearly as. That might be 4th now. What the hell? Huh? What did I miss there? There we go. Now we're good. Alright, let's see if I screw this strat up. This time. This is the oppo skip. I was mentioning earlier. There we go. Good. And I also didn't mess up the part after. That might be a... I don't know how I did that, but we're good. That might be the way I do go about the website movement. This is Fly Wrench, by the way. Another one of those characters that you're only going to see once in its warp zone. And then that's it. It is whatever you want to call it. I'm not really too concerned with that right now. I think it makes sense, considering these aren't pixels on the screen and characters in a video game, and I just died the silliest way imaginable. Right, thank you. Alright. Fly Wrench is not a hard warp zone, as you can tell. Yeah, like, basically every warp zone not named Kid or Skyscraper are pretty much universally free. There are a few exceptions, but yeah, aside from those two, warp zones are really not that bad overall. One of the reasons I considered having, or suggested that creating an creating an all warp zones category would be kind of fun. Not from 100, from a 106 mile, or like a category extension or whatever. So yeah, this is the boss now. And yeah, we're not actually going to go into the Dark Warp Zone now. At least not yet. At least not until the very end. So it's going to be a while until we see Dark Hell or anything like that. Same with Dark Rapture and stuff. Because like Dark Hell, Dark Rapture, and Dark Hell are the last three in this route. But we gotta get past the continents first. Which is coming up in like, I don't know, 20-ish minutes? Something like that. 10, yeah, something like that. More like 10. Actually, that might be a stretch. Yeah, I think it is 10 to 20, something like that. There's a lot of Rapture in my end before that. I think I did some IWs for 106 and my Rapture wasn't there. 10 minutes. And PB got a 59.49 the first my first ever sub hour. So that was nice. My first ever sub hour light Rapture exit. Here's the thing, like in my 159.02, I was just happy to get, was it 103? I think it was a 103 kid exit. And in this 140, I got a full sub hour for the whole Rapture as a whole. This time I'll do the route correctly. This time I'm not going to mess it up. So, there's a sort of new, for me it's new, but for the other top runners, it's apparently been known since close to release. Yet, to this day, top runners do not use it. But if you backspace here, for the first level, this time I actually did it properly. And then you beat the kid or something from there. It's going to be a lot like the Glitch Girl for 5-1. And you might be wondering why 5-1 and not like -7 or whatever. And that's because that's the how to focus there. But that's the warp zone, or that's the level that I backspaced from. It would be 5-2. Well, the level 5-2. It only takes you to the warp zone if there is a warp zone in that level. And it just so happens that 5-1 actually does have a warp zone. But no chapter has it in the second or third level. So you can't really use the trick there. And I'm pretty sure it wouldn't even be faster anyway, because you would have had to beat the first level, and for the case of 3, twice. Level 2 as well, not twice. I'm insane. This one's awful tough. Don't know why I'm doing yapping and talking during this really difficult level. Oh, okay, that was close. I thought I was dead in that last one. It's not over though. Not quite yet. Okay, we're good. Now, what was I saying earlier? I kind of lost my track of thought. Warp zones, yeah. It's kind of like with Glitch Girl, but it's dependent on the level of the warp zone. the level of the warp zone you run. So first level takes you to the here. And because when it has a warp zone, it takes you to that, and that's why it's used here and only here. It's great to skip this. I think the reason that Warp Cider for top runners not using it is because it's faster to do the movement as Nyjah, the clip or whatever. Which kind of makes sense because like it only saves 5 seconds over my previous route without Nyjah. Holy moly! But for me and other Nyjah-less runners, I think this is the way to go. I think that might be why I saw it in some older runs, but not all of them, because the ones that used the Nyjah, it wouldn't be faster unless you clip. I think without the Nyjah clip, this route's still faster. But who am I to say? I don't play Nyjah at all. I did say that I wanted to get good at her after sub 2. I'm almost at sub 140 and I still don't even feel remotely competent at her. So I might take that back, and I would claim the same for sub 130, but at this point I don't even know if I'll be competent by then. At Nyjah. Nyjah is just so far above everything else I've done in this game, it's just not even close. Controlling Nyjah properly. It would help in saving those last few minutes for like, especially sub 130, like that would be really nice because like, it seems almost viable, kind of, but like not using Nyjah is definitely holding me back a fair amount. If I'd used her to go for sub 130, it would definitely help big time. If I forgot good at her, then I could actually get the time save. Yep, that's another pause buffer that I make good use of. So I didn't drink the water during the Hell boss fight, did I? I should have. I had a lot of time to do that. It passed me by so quickly without me even realizing it. And yeah, that was the whole point of doing the route so that I know how to enter the warp zone. As you saw earlier, it was up there. It's a pretty big one. It's not as long as the 520X one at the very end of Dark Rapture, but it's still decently long and worth skipping. So much so that even with the backtracking, it still saves 5 seconds. For me. Yeah. This is a sort of risky strat. I, for the longest time, excluded only for 90%, but I've gotten good enough at this point to justifiably use it for other categories. And timer glitch is also something I used to use here, I think, for a while, until I found that this tries a thing. And I should be able to get grading without it. Let's see. I did, nice. No problem. Also, what was I thinking? I'm supposed to use like the one here. Or I could have used the kid as well. Oh my god, don't do this, man. Yeah, especially because the next level is really only super vital, at least with my current knowledge, is people. I can't really do this level overlap with other characters yet. Oh, come on, dude. What was that? There we go. Alright, this is the furthest I've gotten since my previous finish run of 158, by the way. Way ahead of that one, though. That's pretty good. Still definitely looking sub 150able, which is great. I'll hopefully become the next sub 2. Alright. Oh, probably could have done my double kill at this swap, probably would have been faster. Timer glitch. That was the whole point of all that. Because, I mean, it might be possible, especially with Nyjah, but it's a lot harder with Meat Boy, or like other characters. I'll drink the water during the Larry boss fight. Oh yeah, fun fact, the Larry boss fight is the only one that's really tied to RNG. Because there is actually a little I wouldn't say skip, a trick you can do to dodge his missiles very easily and effectively if you get behind the saw blades. However, that still doesn't solve the whole RNG problem, which still hasn't fully been done. The best we've gotten is like a half minute found in 2019, but it still isn't 100% consistent. And I wasn't able to do the strat effectively, so I'm not really getting the advantage, the potential time save or RNG boost from it, unfortunately. Maybe someday I'll find a way to make it work. It would help for stuff like 80% for sure. Oh, but this warp center is entered under an hour, not completed under an hour. Maybe this level will be, but that's about it. I almost have this warp for under an hour in this run. No, that's nice. First time I got in here in a long time. So that's pretty good. Should be like a 101 completion, something like that. Still quite good. I think my entire Rapture completion will be like 105-ish. No, probably more like 102, 103. 104, actually. At least 104. Let me check. Yeah, it should be a 104 or 103 at this rate. Considering I'm 4 minutes 36 behind off of a 59.49. It should be at least a 104. Which is still pretty good, especially with this kind of setting. Much better than a lot of my other recent runs, so that's good. And yeah, this could go very long. If I get a first try, I don't need time glitch. But this has and will go long. So I'm not really expecting much, hopefully it doesn't. Yes, the first try was good. I'm glad to have been proven wrong on that. It's a bit of a stretch. This level is actually not that bad. This Meat Boy can be tough, and the Dark version especially, but Joseph makes basically trivializes both of them, especially the Dark version, which we'll see much later as we near the end game. We'll get near the end game now. Oh shit, that was close. What the where was my jump? Bro, where was my jump, man? That's so BS. Whatever. Let's hope that doesn't happen, you know. Wait, I was supposed to use kid. Okay, that was a mistake. What am I doing? I'm supposed to do this, land here, then you. Yeah, there we go. That's correct. And yeah, I think it would normally be slight if I choose Meat Boy, maybe, but the double character transition makes it not a good idea. 2 extras of those is definitely not worth the 1 extra second I would save. It's still overall slower. That's my point. Even if that were true, I don't even know if it is. Because of the double jump, it seems about equal. Even without the full game aspect. Also, why not? Dude, this is literally the easiest character to do this level in. I cannot be doing this. I've been getting it second try on every one up until now. What is this, man? There we go. I think that middle part can be just the part. Because this part has become trivial. It's the strat of easy now. I almost never fail. I used to fail all the time. So it's definitely very helpful. Even when things like this happen. Alright. Unless I get really bad on Larry, I don't know if that was the case in PB. I should be getting a 104 pretty convincingly, hopefully. But that is true. Okay, we're good. I thought I was dying. Alright, last level before Larry. This should be a pretty convincing 104. Should not get the worst possible RNG. Let's hope for that. Larry Prage. There's other RNG parts, of course. This is 106. There's like 3 more glitch skulls stacked up right off, all at the very end, all after Kai. Dark End being the absolute worst defender by a mile, because its odds are the worst. Because like Stalt, you actually don't want to farm. You can farm 100%, but you'll have to watch the cutscene. Yeah, I only got 1. That's the second one. I'll just wait here at this point. Okay, that was pretty good. I thought it was going to be a really bad pattern, but no, we're good. Not just 104, but low 104 at that. big time save. So apparently I lost 40 seconds to RNG, but my PB was 1 flat, and my best is 20 seconds. That's a lot of time lost due to RNG. This is goes to show how much things could really vary. I've lost minutes there before. That was far from the first time I lost a significant amount in variety. In fact, I've had lots of those during my Alette levels sub 30 grind. Which I still need. Well, I got sub 30, but the run is still not good. In fact, it's probably worse as far as quality goes than my 3003. Barely faster and uses a lot of the newer 2024 strats that I implemented. So I need to get back on that again 20 at some point. And also for all dark levels, it's not that great, even for the route that I used, and I basically just did all that levels and then all dark levels so I can get a double PB. But rest assured I'm not doing that anymore. I got what I wanted at the time, and that was it. I want to play. This should still be clear under 110. Should I not mess this up? Way under 110. Kidding? I thought my PB was like 103 something out of this. Yeah, I believe so. Mid 103 at that. So I'm still doing fairly well. This is easily looking like sub 150 pace so far. Ah, that was an unfortunate fail. I'll go for it one more time and then I'll just do the keys normally. Something that I basically never do in the light version, but always do the dark version. It is possible in the dark version, in fact my IWPBs have it. But it's just so hard that I just never really bothered going for it in full games because, you know, easy to mess up. Please, thank you. Thank you. What was I even going to say? I forget. Yeah, like, even in IWs, it choked so many, like, 230 runs. And my current PB, it had a perfect everything else, but level 4 had a 1 second mistake. Kind of unfortunate. Would have been a perfect run otherwise. I didn't mess up beating the level. I messed up a jump at the end, like right before ending level 4. That's the one thing preventing it from being perfect. And the 230 for Dark End, I think it is. Dark End IW, yes. Not Dark Ending. Dark Ending PB is like 42 for me. Like 7-8 minutes off record, which is pretty okay. Considering 106 is 30 minutes. Whoa. Alright, so... beating my previous first ever sub 50 of 47-43. Which feels like a kind of a chronic joke in a way. This happened twice, by the way, Skyblazer 2. I get the like, high 47 that I've been aiming for in 63, 100%, in 2 different games before getting the Grandmaster in the right game. Someday that'll change, hopefully. Soon. Because after this run, if I can finish it, I'll be right back on that for a good, like, almost a month, I think. Because the deadline is like either tomorrow or the day after. Yeah, okay. I should have waited more, but we're good. I was a little worried that it wouldn't count, but with that flag at this cutscene, I'm not as worried. I feel like this definitely worked. Now we're in Kind though. The part you definitely don't see 8% at all. It's only in all levels, all dark levels, and all 6, which is this category. Oh yeah, fun fact, I actually have a Deathless like Kind and food in my before. And I have yet to do that with Dark Kind. So maybe this will be the day. Joking, obviously. 719X exists, and even if it didn't, the chapter as a whole is the hardest by far, even more. What am I doing? Than Dark Rapture. Dark Rapture is the second hardest in my opinion. Right behind Dark Kind. 719X is definitely one that really pushes over the edge. I think without it, it probably would be a little easier. Because Rapture also has like bandages and weapons you gotta worry about. Oh, they do have characters. What am I doing, bro? I didn't miss out on grade. That's what mostly matters in these light levels. Which, speaking of light, this is the last light chapter. After this, grade will not matter. It will all be dark stuff. Dark Hell. I'm sorry. Dark Cotton, Dark Hell, Dark Raptor, Dark End. This level used to be a huge pain in the ass, by the way. Until I figured that you can just like not sprint at the beginning, and even the beginning after the key. Oh my god. Like that, kind of. I still died a bunch, but it's fine. Definitely a lot less than what it would have been without the setup. I had so many furious moments dying there, which are essentially no more in a lot of levels. 7X, I believe it is, also was horrible until the pixel jump. This never was an issue though. The next level, 710 was also a pretty big pain. But instead of a new strat or whatever they implemented, it came down to me getting better at the level and better at the game over time. 2023 especially was really bad when I was going for sub 2. Holy shit, that was close. Please don't. Fuck! Okay, that really should not have happened. I'm not gonna disprove myself this quickly, man. Okay, maybe I will. I don't even know at this point. This should not be happening, but whatever. Should try to get out of here alive. There we go. Let's not die again, maybe. Oh, that could be. But there's no way, man. Come on, bro. I was just talking about how the pain of this level is over, which apparently it's not. There we go. There we go. That's what should have happened the first time. I think I'm fine, but I'm not sure. Hard to say for sure. Okay, there we go. So yeah, the next level is... There's kind of a riskier strat you can do. I'll go for it once. Okay, I think I failed it. Never mind, I thought for sure I was dead. Yeah, it's one of those strats where if you fail it once, you definitely don't want to go for it over and over again. And I was about to be put in that position, but thankfully I barely survived. Yeah, I used to do a wall jump off there, but now that I've gotten like really bad inputs in one of those runs, I just decided to screw that, so I'm not bothering. This is way more consistent to it. Also the exact same speed. There's no reason not to do it. Point being. What? Come on, bro. Uh-oh. That's screwed. Alright, I made it. This is graded, right? Good. Yeah, I don't think it's possible to miss grade A in Prime, even though like Prime, where the standard is like 45 seconds as opposed to like 60. Maybe it's just 60 in the last level. I don't know. Now, I'm pretty sure 60 is every single level. 45 is just the last level. But it's basically impossible to not get grade A at like sub 2 level, especially in a Dark Cotton level. Especially because you're probably going to die. Yeah, you're going to be spending more than a minute in Cotton, but that's because of dying, not because of taking another level with slow strats. Whatever. Which resets the timer, obviously. Yo, oh my, what? I think I had such an easy like house that I don't know how I didn't take that. Whatever. This level is tough, so let me focus a little bit here. The dark cotton level is easier and harder in a way, in a sense. It's harder in the sense that the things are closer together, but easier in the sense that I don't know how to say this. But the setup is like less awkward, I guess, in a way. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. There we go, so let's go past. There we go, yeah. Easy to forget that setup. I did it multiple times just now. Oh, I thought this was 718X. I don't know what I was thinking. I got the lights and darks confused, and I actually don't know what to do now. Am I just gonna die? Okay, no, I'm good. That was so incredibly hard to back up. I had to improvise so much there. So thank God I still got grading after all that. And the game recognized my efforts. gave me the achievement anyway. Alright, good. Alright, now at this point, grade, it doesn't matter. But, I mean, yeah, actually, that's the thing. This level is barely less than 45 seconds, so it is technically possible if I do really slow strats to miss it, but my strats are fast enough. I'm not that worried. I'm missing grade 8 here. This is the last level where it actually matters. Even with that, I could take the old cycle and still probably make it without too much. We'll see. Too safe, that definitely will not be the case. Okay. Fucking what? No. That did not happen, bro. That's not real. That's not real, man. That's crazy, man. I cannot believe I died there. At the very end. That's wild. Well, yeah, I'm over 6 minutes behind now. Still technically doable if I don't mess up anymore like that. That was wild. How did I fuck up so bad? Whatever. I'm just shut up now. Oh! I'm gonna exit. I'm gonna come back if need be. Maybe I'll even like do Dark Hawk first. This is absurd. Come on. What am I doing? Yes, there we go! About time. Thank God I got it the second time. I got to that final 4 blades. I didn't mess it up again. Thank God. Still nearly 7 minutes behind, so I am sort of worried about not getting to 150, but still in this 146, 47 pace currently. But I just have to not lose 3 more minutes, or 3 to 4. Play within 3 to 4 minutes for the rest of the run. I can do that surely. If I can get by, like, especially 719X unscathed. I practiced that I practiced that a fair amount, and I don't know how I died there, so I'm already not feeling good anymore. Whatever confidence I did have is basically eroded from that stupid death. Okay, well, just focus. Good, finally. Done with that stupid level. Like, seriously, it just sucks when you die because it's so long and costly. It just loses so much time. Like, I'm basically behind by 7 minutes now. Also, what am I doing? I'm not doing that so much now. Yeah, there's about no chance I'll survive. Oh, oops. Oh my god, what? There we go. That's what I'm supposed to do. I just forgot my movement entirely. Happens. Especially when you go multiple months without playing the goddamn game or category. Okay, come on, let's get our head in the game, bro. It's the hardest chapter. Let's not yap around too much. Alright, so yeah. One notable thing I should probably mention about this chapter is that its achievement is called Impossible Boy. So in addition to, well, speedrunning the game isn't really baked with the Steam achievements, but the hardest things, the closest thing you can find is the Deathless chapter stuff. It's really hard compared to like everything else this game has to offer. Having to complete entire chapters dying is really hard, even for like speedrunners. Like some of the submitted runs, especially for Dark Hunt, are not even deathless. Like for example, jank 640 is not deathless. Surprisingly, it's not deathless. That goes to show how hard these deathless achievements are. That might actually be the case for some other ones too. Oh, good save! And did not go too high. I went too high. Okay, that was wild. Whatever. Alright. Wait, what happened again? There we go. That was a funny death. I'll take it. Okay, man. Am I dead? Not this time. That's good. Alright, yeah, I'm sub 1. What am I doing? Sub 150 is looking a lot less possible the more I keep doing this. Oh, Please, yes. Okay. That was close. That was way too close for comfort. I thought for sure I was dead on the spot. It is possible to auto jump here, but I'd rather just not bother. I'm not giving me a window of opportunity to scream over. Hell no. Good. Ish. So I get past this guy, which I did. Nice. Let's hope I can stay within like 8 to 9 minutes at least by the end of this. Then I might have a small chance because of the 2 minute time to the dark end, which will probably come clutch big time. Which could make up for whatever I do lose in these next 2. Fuck off, man! What is this level? Man, it's one of those levels that isn't supposed to be that hard, but just die in really stupid ways. More frequently than you realistically should, and I just did it again! Oh my god, this is crazy. Yeah. Hopefully this just means I won't screw up 719X more than like twice or 3 times. Right now. It better be. Better be because of that, or else I'm really cooked. Alright, there's a level where you can do lots of cycle skips. I do like 2 of them, but you can do way more in the IW, the IL especially, it shows. Alright. 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 Yep, okay, there we go. Yo. What do I do here? Yeah, there we go. That's the more consistent version of whatever I was trying to do before. Also, I almost forgot to do here. Jesus Christ. Put on a 710, so it's like, whatever. So let's also do this. These guys are so random, bro. Thank God, man. I think that might have just been a case of me forgetting what to do. So when that bottom guy hits the bottom right corner of this window, that's when you jump. That's your visual cue. You also want to move a little bit to the left. Like 9 times, you gotta do that one more time. This is the last one. Necessary. If I still died, that would have been so stupid. Thankfully it didn't happen. So this is what I would consider is like easier and harder at the same time. I think, yeah, the setup is less awkward, so that definitely helps. It's harder because they are close to each other, but yeah. Like, there's only 2 of them, 2 sets. And the sets themselves are closer. Oh shoot. This one is definitely way harder than its like counterpart. This one is so hard it's so incredibly hard to count for all of them. I think with that extra jump, that might be the strat that I use from now on to hopefully maximize consistency and sacrifice basically no speed. If it works, it works, you know. Holy! Oh, that guy was so close to eating me alive. But I think I grouped them all together now, so I think we should be safe. We should be safe and sound, good to go. Or just for pressure. Now the hardest level of the game. The hardest fucking part is coming up. Let's refocus now. God. Oh! Come on, bro. I'm not closing the game, honestly, if this goes past 10 minutes. I'll get that anyway. Come on, don't do that to me, man. I want to alt glitch so bad. I was on the verge of alt glitching there. It's not allowed, but like sometimes this level is just literally impossible to clear, and it's just really hard. It's like, and sometimes the game just decides to make it impossible by giving you no space to work with. It's so fucking stupid, bro. I'm genuinely just considering unglitching here. I'm on the verge of doing that, honestly. If this goes past like, I don't know, 9:30, definitely. I'm just gonna be like that bit doing at this point. Yeah, you know what? 2 more fails and then I'm done. I'm not making you sit through like 100 fucking deaths of this stupid level, bro. Genuinely. That's okay. Well, I was gonna say 2 deaths at the end, but 1 more was probably enough. After that, this is absurd, man. Like, who thought inventing a level like this is a good idea? And the game already hard. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. The game's not giving me any chance. This level is already bullshit as it is. I'm just gonna use alt glitch. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't. It's not like it has a PB chance anyway, so yeah. This glitch is not allowed, by the way, in 106 runs, like, at all. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to make you guys sit through like 100 fails on that level. I really didn't want to use that glitch there, but it's such a bullshit level that I had to. So I guess if this is like a 750, it kind of comes with an asterisk now. But yeah, it probably won't be, because it's still far off. Like, it's barely on pace now. Oh my god, what am I doing? This level is much better though. I'm not gonna need to alt glitch anymore. There's no levels quite like that. No parts in the game that are this bad. Not even Kid comes close, man. It's genuinely the most annoying thing I have seen or done in any game ever. In an already difficult game, bro. Like, did you really have to create 6 frame-perfect jumps in a row? Like, I'm not even joking. 719X ending is 6 frame-perfect jumps. Back to back. Who in their right mind thought that was a good idea? Like, genuinely. What was the thought process behind teaming adding that to the absurd part, bro? Like, seriously. I would still probably be for 10 extra minutes in Dark Cotton in that one level if I didn't alt glitch. Because like, I had to draw the line somewhere. You know, if we're just gonna keep failing forever, it was like, no, literally not worth the legitimacy at that point. I'm just not even keeping able to run. Okay, so Dark Hell. Oh god. So yeah, now I think this is the first time I'm actually using Kid since his episode. He is going to be used a lot in this chapter and the next. So this is kind of Kid's time to shine. I wouldn't say a lot, but definitely a lot more than every other chapter. Because there really wasn't any, except for Light Rapture, for him to possibly shine, because after he's unlocked, the only chapters that it's even possible to put other characters on are the rest of Light Rapture and these 2. So kind of probably would be used a little bit more if you were unlocked earlier. But maybe that's not. Yeah. All the Ogma levels. Dude, you're supposed to get that bandage, but the lava chases you so fast. It makes it really hard to get. Yeah. Okay. So 150 is dead. 150 is dead, but I'm fine with that. Not a big deal. How is it bandage? Finally! That bandage is so tough, as you saw. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that represents the difficulty quite well. If you jump even a few frames early, you're just not getting the bandage, bruh. But of course, like all the other difficult parts, they don't even come close to 719X combined. There we go. I think Command Infinity is probably also good for this chapter and be better than Midway. Especially when I forget that movement like this. Okay, never mind. I kind of remembered. Never mind. Thought I forgot, but I guess not. Okay. this the warp zone level? Yeah, it is. Hopefully I don't get glitch control now. That would just be stupid. Oh my god. Imagine I get her right now. I'm trying to show you probably. Come on, bro. Come on, dude. There we go. Oh. Yeah. So yeah, the ending of this warp zone is kind of peculiar. It's bandage. Well, it's last bandage. It's at the end of the level, but it's also quite easy to forget. And also, it is also possible to get bandage go back. So I wouldn't say it's like common, but it does happen. If you're not careful, you can get bandage girl without her bandage, and lose like minutes having to replay the entire warp zone again. So that doesn't happen, but we'll see. Be careful. God, don't do this. There we go. And I have actually done it once or twice before, especially in 2023 when I was less familiar with the route. Forgot what to do there. Can I make it here? Nice. One death. Good. Alright, there we go. Hoping they're good glitch rolls for at least these two, not also Dark End. By the way, I don't think so 150 is happening, but I should be able to get close to the 152s and 153s that I got in the past. A little 15x. Hopefully. Finally back to that level at least. Oh shit, I almost forgot. Dude, don't do this, man. This level was so problematic back in the day. And I thought it got better, but I guess not. Also, I really need to drink water now. I am so dehydrated. Maybe I look dehydrated, but either way, I really need to drink water. Anyway, the other man. I just want this to be over. Which will have been like less than half an hour at this point. I think like 20 minutes it should be. 2. Okay, there we go. 1, 2. What the fuck, man? I was so confused, man. I thought I was dying. I literally forgot what to do for a sec. God, thank God that wasn't the case, man. Alright, after all those deaths, surely she'll spawn on the way, and I won't have to farm. This farm is one of the worst alongside Rapture. Having to beat an entire level. Even though it's top 16, I'm pretty sure like character swapping is better. Even here, I can find a level to do that without Steve. I think I have. I think it was the same level, but with character swapping. So I think it was Meeple and Commander Video, if I'm not mistaken. And for Rapture, it was, I believe, 5-6 between Kid and Steve. They're both put like 6 seconds something, not even for the level itself. There we go. That feels like a frame perfect jump, but I don't know. I'm kind of basically every time. Or it looks like a frame perfect jump, but it doesn't feel like one. That's what I was trying to say. Uh-oh. Perfect. That's... Nope, we're good. I thought I was dying. Yeah. Maybe she won't spawn at this rate. We'll see. Hopefully she does. No, can't guarantee that. There we go. No glitch goal still. Alright, the last glitch level is something I'm pretty sure you will recognize. I'll give a hint. Its initials are extremely similar to the other main speed game. Even more than this one. With one of its letter/numbers being swapped with something that looks similar. That's all I'm gonna say until we get to that point. I hope. Oh yeah, kid. This gave me so much trouble when I was going for 1/6 death list. I died here so many times, and I just like raged so hard. Hopefully, with this, dude, come on. Come on, dude. Bro? What? Ugh. Come on! No. There we go. Took a lot longer there, should have. Especially with the skip. Whatever. I used to be able to do it without the skip easily when I was going to play. I don't know what changed, but I just can't do it anymore without that strat. There we go. We're still safe? Okay, should be. Alright, this is the end of the chapter, if not for the glitch level. This is where Dark Rapture would have been by now, yeah. Not for that. What the heck? Yeah, this is correct. First try, let's go. Another second best. Not quite perfect, but the next best thing, RNG. I think I've had like 3 of those so far, and Salt was not that, but it was still really good. Like it was maybe 10th best ever. It was still very solid. It was on par with the ones that got in the 144. Everything else was essentially perfect. There's no actual real grind necessary. I think Hospital was on the way, or maybe I'm mistaken, I don't know. I think Hospital was second best. I never got perfect, but 3 of them have been the second best. That is insanity, dude. This is by far the greatest luck I've ever seen ever in any 106 run. As far as even Larry was good, actually. It was again on par with the 144. The 144 had amazing luck throughout. Larry and Dark Salt were on par with that, and everything else is like leagues better on another planet almost. It doesn't even seem real. It looks like I'm tassing almost. It looks like a first task as far as the RNG is concerned. Oh, yeah. But how is my RNG this good? You know what would be even crazier if I got God RNG in 520X this run? Because that's only ever happened once. But considering how great the luck is, it doesn't seem far-fetched to predict that that could happen now. Though I'm not going to be one to make that prediction, but we'll see. As much as I kind of want to. I don't want to push my luck that much. Oh shit. I'm going to just be here like a normal person. Yeah, it's a tough one. This bandage I forget all the time, so let me bandage and make sure to not miss it. Like I'm so used to doing at this point. There we go. So have I even made sure that 100% of the game so far? I probably should do that after this chapter. Or something. Yeah, I probably should. I feel like there's a chance I could have missed something. It's not high, like, especially in hell or whatever. I didn't really properly check. I mean, I think I have everything, but I need to properly check before I end the game thinking I didn't. Alright, so... Oh, for God's sake, man. I'm pretty sure I did the glitch level, that's pretty much confirmed, I believe. But still, man. Oh, shoot. I'm not cooked. I lied. Maybe that's slightly late. We'll see. We'll see. Nope. Far from hitting me there. Alright, I found a setup for the ending of this. This ending used to be really bad. Not as bad as 719X, but now it's free. Because of a setup I found. Hopefully that will at some point be the case with 719X, although I highly doubt it. 6 frame perfect jumps is a little too much to just set up cheese or whatever. And the best I could do is just not sprinting, but that still doesn't solve the entire problem of having to do 6 frame perfect jumps. What the fuck, man? I forgot! You're not supposed to sprint there! Whatever. It's just like that, yeah. No sprint. come on, don't do this. This is not supposed to be that crazy. I mean, it used to be, but surely it got better over time, right? There we go. What to do? I'm just getting becoming a scared again. It's literally backfiring in the worst way imaginable. Come on, don't do this, bro. So 150's already dead, but come on, I don't want to do this now. Thank you. Let's finish this strong. No matter what. There we go. Alright, there we go. Glad I got past that alive. So yeah, this level is really bad. There's a really cool ninja skip you can do, clipping, but again I don't use ninja, so I have to make do with Meat Boy. And with Meat Boy, it's really easy. These zombie balls are everywhere in this level, are also problematic, and that guy could have jumped, and that has killed so many of my runs in the past. At the very least, I've lost 3 minutes in a lot of level 6 runs. And it's especially bad in like, is it that level's not? No, that level's not in Dark anymore. All Dark levels that we were bad in that grind too. Although I don't think the grind for all Dark levels was nearly as bad as a lot of my other ones. But the all levels one is definitely awful. The sub 2 one definitely took a long time, but nowadays I just get sub 2 in every single level, just about. So it took them a lot easier since 2023. Joseph now. Going for a short time. That was supposed to almost just die, but not at the time. Anyway. Oh, shoot. Please! I thought for sure I was missing that, thank goodness. Okay. This is not that much harder than my version, though there are a few differences, notable differences. This one is also a fair bit hard because you can't do the cheese skip. But it's still, like, you can do, like, the half skip. This is also possible in the light version, but it's the only fast strat in this version. You can't do anything faster in the dark version. Oh, I almost forgot the Spanish, too. But yeah, you have to do a very specific setup here to get the things to line up properly. And even then, it sometimes fails. Let's hope I can get the rest of the level properly. Hopefully. Yes! Alright, focus. Still not, but it's not even close. Okay, just jump. Okay. There we go. Basically first try. Thank goodness for that. I remember also getting glitch codes to spawn here in a run like last week. What the heck? Shit. Where was the bandage? I swear to God, I did not hear the bandage. There we go. I'm gonna have to do one more. Yeah, because okay, there we go. I had to improvise there because I jumped off one cycle early. I didn't even know it was possible, and I kind of didn't bother. I didn't do the proper check that I should have. What was I thinking? Whatever, it's fine. Bro, stop! Don't do this, man. All right, this level's tough though, so I'm not really surprised. Dude, come on. There we go. Let's hope the RNG doesn't string over too badly. How much was it? Dude, oh my god. Okay, this part is way too hard to do the normal auto jump strap for. There we go. You can also do that in the light version, but it's not necessary. Probably is also faster if you do it properly, but only if you do it first try. Here it's like I would die if I did anything else, probably. Like I have many times before. Come on, don't do this to me, man. Imagine I get God on because of these deaths. Probably not going to do that, but we'll see. Probably will do the clip, but I'm not sure. Yeah, there is a clip you can do. It makes it easier, but it's slightly slower. That said, I still think it's worth going for, especially here. There we go. Got it proper. I did not die to that Zomblet. That Zomblet has killed me a few times, though surprisingly not in an IW. Not in an IW pace where I'm on pace to beat my Deathless record or whatever. Not once has that been a choke point in IWs, which to this day I am really surprised by. Like, because of all the times I died to something like that in the Lycaon level, especially at the ending, the fact that it hasn't choked me in Dark Raptor is very shocking. And it's the exact same thing. He's basically, I would say 2 or 3 frame rate jumps on 60 FPS. They're really tough. I think, yeah, the reason that these frame perks are perfect are so much harder than the 63 ones is because that's 60 FPS that this game runs at, which is like basically double 63s. Bro, please, man. Please. Okay, now I have to do, I think this is the perfect opportunity because again, I didn't, well, unless I, again, get the second best possible RNG, I'm probably going to enter as one of the 2 characters that I want to use, probably. Because I feel like it's going to happen. It could happen. But then again, it might mess with the odds a little bit. So maybe I won't. Besides, surely I'm confident enough to beat that level as Meat Boy first try. And I probably won't do the skip if I end up getting the exact same RNG. Anyway. Just to make sure I don't die, you know? Because I did die when I had to beat the level normally. First time around. There's no way I died there! What? Okay, man, that's real funny, man. Yeah, I just have in the spotlight, bro. How? Come on, bro. I can't read that now. Hello. I can't respond to that right now. I need to finish this run, or at least finish this left zone. Okay. No, I'm not Norwegian, but I'm doing the run online virtually, which is allowed if you're... Basically, they have a pre-recorded section where you can submit pre-recorded runs to do runs virtually. Oh my god, I need to shut up now. Okay, come on. Come on. That was close. Come on, don't die. That was close. Alright. So yeah, I'm not Norwegian, but as I was saying earlier, the normal route is to do this with Runman, but I'm gonna do something a little unique and different. Something that I actually proposed at some point. Wait, it was 5.6, the light version, not the dark version. Oops. There we go, that's correct. She did not spawn. This is the first. That's the first. Wow. This makes up for all the good RNG earlier. This is the first bad one so far. Never mind. Make sure I don't mess this up. There we go. Good. Oh, thank God. I'm just going to breathe a little bit. I'll respond to chat more after this run is over, I think. I don't know if they would want to accept that kind of thing where I'm just talking to chat while I'm commentating the run. Oh my! There's no way. But yeah, that was the glitch level. And yes, while Steve cannot unlock levels, he can unlock warp zones and glitch levels. As you just saw. That's one thing I discovered that made me come to the conclusion that this route could be worth it. Also, what am I doing dying here? Come on, bro. It's not. Maybe. I actually just game over. I game overed in the... There's no... I game overed in the glitch level. That's wild, man. That's wild, bro. Oh, man, what? What? Are you serious? Come on, dude. What was that? Death. Okay. This is literally much easier than its lateness would have you believe, man. There we go. Did not demonstrate that well at all. I died more here than the salt warp zone. Salt glitchable. Which normally would make sense, but trust me, salt is much harder. Yeah, 6-4x. So this is a really unique chapter. We don't actually do 1 to 5. We don't actually start on level 1. We start on level 4 because we want to farm Glitch Girl in level 6 3x and route it so that in a way that we end up there as our final. Because we want to have the highest, we want to maximize odds. Because we're not going to have 100%, so every little bit does really matter here. Especially here. Because we're not going to have the same odds as we normally do. And this is why this Glitch Girl is so much worse than any other. Especially if you die, you lose like several minutes, potentially. Which is exactly what happened to PP. And in the most brutal way possible, too. After getting her, like, after like 3 tries. Something that could only be compared to the likes of... What am I doing? My 159.06. Except, unlike that one, I just died in a miraculously stupid way. It wasn't even my fault, too. The game just didn't read my inputs. And it just moved. I wasn't even pressing the left button, and yet the bro still dashed left into its death, into the pit. Which was so frustrating. Also, man, you're really getting lag now. I got a little bit of lag, but that's the first in like the entire run. Or the entire stream, I should say. Even the last run didn't have it. The last run had no lag. There we go. And see, this is why I don't do healers here. It's so much harder than the dark version. You don't have that little platform to set it up on easily. Yo. Okay, that was way too close for comfort. Alright, good. Let's finish it strong. Hopefully I can get good enough RNG. That's all I'm asking for. And finish this run, you know, hopefully under 2. What am I? Okay, that was a really stupid death. Hopefully these deaths will make Glitch Girl spawn quicker, that's all I'm asking. And not slower. I don't think she spawned yet. It's a little too soon. Everyone that had amazing luck up until... Okay, was Dark Rupture actually bad? It was the first one that was definitely less good than the 144 average, but not by a whole lot. It was bad, but not that bad. I thought it was going to be like a minute of time loss, but it was like 20 seconds max. For that being by far the worst, I mean so far, unless this thing strikes, it very well could. It very well could cost me another minute and save basically none of the time that I have. We'll see. Alright, good. Alright, time to farm. Just be ready for one of the Glitch Girl spawns. Ready? I need you now, man. Okay. I thought I messed it up immediately. I'll play it safe. I always do. Okay, please don't die. Yeah, I'll do this. Okay. Don't fuck up. Okay. Decent if I don't. Oh no, I'm fucking terrified, bro. Don't fucking lag me to death, man. I'm begging you, man. I feel like that's what the game's gonna do, though, so be prepared. Whatever it throws. That was close. Almost happened just now. 1, 2, what up, man? 3, 4. Wow, I'll take the lead. I don't need you at this point. Okay, you know what? I don't even give a shit about the actual lead time. I just wanted to make sure I didn't die. I did lose to 4 times in 1 cycle, and oh my god, I almost just fucking died. Jesus Christ! That was terrifying in every way imaginable. Oh my god. Can't get within 15 minutes. Well, not quite within 15, but low 15 off, BB. Am I dead? Am I not? Alright. There's a good amount of time to the boss. I don't think it's a full minute, but it's like half a minute at least. Right. It's the death. Alright. This is the final boss right here. Actually more than that, it's like 37, right, to gold. Yeah. Oh my god. Well, this is it. This is basically like, just like the, it looks fairly different, and there's more obstacles in the light version of this boss fight, which, by the way, this is the only boss that has a dark version. Every other boss only has a light version. It's only the end that has a dark ending, a dark boss. And that's where the dark ending category comes from. Oh. Oh. Okay. That strat is definitely a fair bit harder on this version, on this dark version, and I've only recently implemented included ones. For most of my time playing this game, I never did the dark version in any category, not even like dark ending, let alone 106 or ADO. Okay, well now it's just darkest game. Did I even go for Leap of Faith? I did not. But there's another hard strat that's even worse. That is actually unavoidable. I will go for both. I'll go for Leap of Faith once, maybe twice, 3 times. But after that, I'll just do it normally like I did last time. I want to show that it is possible. I mean, if it's possible here, it's almost guaranteed that would be possible in life. And any person ever does that, and I don't know what just happened there. Whatever. 156, hopefully. And as far as like doing a triathlon, I'm probably not going to do that here. I'm probably not going to turn it into a triathlon, which I have done on 158 and some other ones. So what am I doing? This is like barely better than 158, so it's really not worth it. Oh my god. Yeah, I just want to end stream after this, man. Like, actually. Well, there is actually one other thing I wanted to do. I don't know if I'll do it on or off stream, though. Come on, dude. There we go. I'll go for Leap of Faith. Now, after all this, that's only once. Just let on here a bunch. In the light version, you'll be able to just speed through that. Not here with all of it. Right. Let's go! 156.57. So yeah, that's Super Meat by 106%. Well, actually, I forgot to check. And if I did check, it wouldn't have been a 156. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. Predict how many deaths have taken place. You got your guesses? Good, because I'm gonna say I had like 150. Seems like a fairly reasonable number, considering what happened. Maybe it's more, maybe it's less, I don't know. Finally, though, I finished a run that I can submit. About time, bro. It's about time. So yeah, shoutouts to the Super Meat Boy community for teaching me how to play this game and helping me throughout the process. Shoutouts to Norway Speedrunner Gathering, which is the first marathon to have ever accepted my SMB runs. No other marathon has done that. Whenever I did get accepted, it was for SM63 exclusively. So it's nice to finally get this game in for once. That was cool. Yeah. That's about it. I guess now might be the time to move on to whatever the next one is, which I have no clue what it's going to be. Probably should have checked, but whatever. Where is it? Here.
The end.
Yeah, it's R. Oh, that's a gigantic sum of best. I didn't even bother guessing. Wow, 119.29, and a massive sub 2 average again, yet again. At that. Whoa, that was huge. I didn't even know how to 119.2x sum of best now for that. That's pretty good. Maybe it'll be 118 even after the fake golds get put back in their place. which probably will have to wait until my next PB. Alright, well, yeah, before I sign off, let's check the death count and hope to God this is 106. Thank God it's 106. 173 deaths. I was 23 off. Maybe 22, because sometimes the game adds an extra death. Usually does when I do the ending skip. Not leap of faith, the ending skip. Which is why you can't really do that in Deathless runs. You have to do the intended, which is still not that. It doesn't punish you like it does. Not only does speed not matter, I was right, it was 172 and 22 off, which is pretty good for a 106 run.